So, good morning, class. Welcome to today's lesson. And this is our communication skills lesson. That is lesson one. I'll be your facilitator. That is Timothy Modamia. Yes. So, our learning outcomes today is define the term communication. Also, you should be able to define the term business communication. And learning outcome number two is explain the purpose of communication. Now, what is communication? We have various definition of communication. We have one, according to Peter Little, communication is the process by which information is transmitted between individuals or an organization so that an understanding, a response, results. So what you find here, one, for something to qualify to be a communication, there must be information, then it must be transmitted to someone who will receive, and also there must be an understanding. Anyone, the one who is receiving the communication or the message that is sent, he or she should be able to understand and then respond. That is, give the feedback. Then we have from Kate, according to Kate Davis, it defines communication is the process of passing information and understanding from one person to another. So as you can see, what is repeating itself, there must be information, and this information is sent or it's passed to someone else so that they can understand and all that. Now, according to the American Management Association, communication is interchange of thoughts or information between two or more. So for something to qualify to be a communication, one, we have seen there must be information, then it has to be transmitted, that is from one person to the other, and there needs to be an understanding where you give feedback after getting the transmitted information. Now, let us look on the definition for business communication. And the term business communication, it's all the messages that are sent and received for official purpose, like running a business, managing an organization, conducting the formal affairs to a voluntary organization, and so on. That is the meetings. Business communication is marked by formality as opposed to personal and social communication. So that communication that is within a formal setup, that is running the businesses, managing a different organization, we call it business communication. And as you can see, the business communication is the lifeblood plan for any organization, and its main purpose is to effect the change to influence action. If mistakes occur in communication, order can be misunderstood, and the receiver may not get what the sender had intended. So when people within the organization communicate, such communication is referred to as internal communication. Yeah, it is within the organization, it is within a business setup. People are communicating within different departments or within the organization. We refer to it as internal communication. So that as you are working as a team, you realize you have a common goal. So you need communication, and here the communication could be formal or it could be informal, and it takes place in form of face-to-face interactions, telephone calls, and meeting etc., which we shall be looking. We also have in business communication, that is external communications, which takes place between the organization and the outside of the organization. And for example, we have these people external or external, or those people that which of the organization will communicate with external. We have, for example, like suppliers. If it is an institution, there are those suppliers who provide materials and resources, or they supply the institution with supplies. So the institution needs to have a communication, a formal communication or informal communication with these suppliers. Then we have dealers. We also have our customers, the client, and such people give meaning to an organization, and it enables it to succeed. And now, can you ask yourself, what is the purpose for communication? Why should we communicate? Why should we have communication in our business? And one purpose for business communication is for instructions. Um, the instructive functions deal with the commanding nature. It is about giving directives. The communicator transmits the necessary directives and guidance to the next level so as to enable the staff accomplish a task. Instructions basically flow top to the lower level. So if it is in a business setup or if it is an organization, the juniors need to be given instructions. How do you go about it? How do you do this? How do you perform a particular task? There must be instructions. So the communication will help us, or it will help the superiors, it will help the supervisors pass these instructions through communication to the juniors and all that. That is one purpose for communication. Then the other purpose for communication is for integration. That is communication is aimed as that is integrating different activities or interrelationship in various functions of a business. Let's say, for example, you need to unify the activities of different management functions. For example, you need to integrate maybe finance with human resource. We have the production, we have the sales and marketing. These people need to integrate together. If, for example, it is the human resource, they need to submit the payroll in advance so that the finance will work on that. So it is through communication that will help these different departments to unify. That is integrating them together. Then the other purpose for communication, it is for information. We use communication to inform different individuals or groups that is of particular task or company policies and procedures. These people, they don't know this. So use communication to pass this information, and that is the top management informs the lower level staff on policies, while the lower level informs at the top level on the reaction about the policies. As such, informing others or being informed is a core function of communication. Then we have the fourth purpose of communication. Communication is used for evaluation. And what is evaluation? Evaluation is examining a particular activity or a task that is being carried. So communication will be used to examine different activities in an organization so as to form an idea or judgment on the worth of a task. And communication serves as an appraisal tool for the individual or team in an organization. So the evaluating ones, that is input or other inputs, requires effective communication for you to achieve that. Then we have the fifth. Communication is used for direction. In an establishment, at the top management or managers, they need to give directions on various tasks to be performed or various activities so that employees or the staff can perform better, and they will perform better if they are directed by their seniors, that is by issuing directions or instructions that can be done through writing or orally, which will really enhance the tasks. So that's where you see communication. We use it in giving direction. Then communication also can be used for teaching or training. That's another purpose for communication, and a complete communication process. As you are teaching, as you are training, you are communicating. So to teach and educate workers about work procedures and safety on job, personal safety on job is greatly recognized. So teaching that helps workers to avert accidents and avoid the dangerous risks, etc. We also have communication. It is used to influence. Communication helps influence others or become influenced. And an individual who has the potential to influence others can easily persuade others. So that's another purpose for communication, that is influencing. We also have another purpose for communication. Communication is used for image building. So, an enterprise or a business organization needs to create a certain public image to the society or to the public. That is by communicating their goals, their objectives, the activities they are carrying out in that organization. If it is a business that is producing products, they need to communicate these products, that is to the public and the society, and also as a corporate social responsibility. So you see the business here, it is using communication for building, for image building, that is it creates a confidence, and it is necessary to, as a business, that is to create a certain confidence in the public, and creating a certain public image, that is through the media, which will project the image of the organization. We also have the other purpose for communication, that is for employee orientation. And this happens when every organization, when they receive new employees or when they join the organization, they need to know the programs and the policies and the cultures of that particular organization. So here, that's we use communication, which helps to orient the new employees with the co-employees, the superiors, that is by guiding them on the policies, the objectives, rules and regulations, etc., of the organization. So that's another purpose for communication. Then we have for decision making and communication. It's used. Another purpose for communication is for decision making, and decision making is very necessary in every organization. And the effective, if we have effective communication in our organization, then it will help in the process of decision making, where we communicate to decide on the course of the actions. So those are the 10 purposes for communication. And if we have more, we can also include to this. We are not limited to this, but these, they are the main the purpose for communication. Why should we have communication in the organizations that we are? Yeah, so that's the end of our lesson today. Thank you for listening and also for following up. We shall interact more in our lesson two. Thank you so much. Have a blessed evening or a morning or a good day and all that. Thank you so much.